Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Grille is all about. Hello students and welcome to the Grille. The Grille is one of those tanks that are incredibly underrated because I was like, how could something so big with no armor be any good to anyone? And I was incredibly horribly mistaken because the tank have amazing statistics and one of them is the damage per minute. This tank have 3,550 damage per minute with an incredible aiming time, very good penetration and good camouflage and good mobility. Like, why would you need armor if you have all of this amazing statistics? So please be my guest, let me show you how cracked the Grille can be. But before we do so, it won't be a good video if I don't show you how to equip the Grille properly. Now, this is the equipment that you need to copy on the Grille. I know it says 3,400 damage per minute, but the reason of that is I don't have 100% crew yet. When you do so, then you're gonna have that 3,550. I think this is enough talking about the Grille. Let me show you how powerful the tank can be. So here we are in the Grille. We get a matchmaking full of German heavy tanks, and since the enemy team and my team have a lot of heavies and nearly every one of them is German, I would expect them to go to the city because usually the German heavy tanks need flat terrain and they need cover from left and right. So I'm gonna go to the city and wait there and wait for someone to pass by and hopefully we'll get some damage at the first minute of the game. And there you go, just as I said, all of the heavy tanks are going to the city. We got double E100 and as well a mouse. And right now, it's just all about being patient. You just hold your position and wait and hope for someone to pass by. That's an E100. That was not the E100 that was hoping to pass by, but I'm gonna keep on waiting for the enemy E100 to pass by. Just be patient, and there it is. Our first target, putting a shell in his lower plate and damaging his tracks, taking 605 HP from him. And that's really what the Grille is all about. All you have to do is just get in a position and wait for the enemy team to do a mistake, to push and then fire. And your camouflage will give you that power to not get spotted till you fire. And that's an enemy Grille pushing in the front line. I don't know what the enemy Grille is smoking, but it's definitely some high amount of drugs. Because I don't think a person with their mental power would think that's a good idea. But man, you do you. As long as you're not in my team, I support your stupid idea. Go for it. And right now I notice that my team is getting flanked by the T-57 Heavy. And right now I'm gonna get flanked by a mouse, and you're gonna see immediately as the mouse gets spotted, I look immediately to the left. That's why you always need to keep eye on the minimap. Always stay focused, don't let someone flank you. And just like that, I take 450 from the mouse and I give him 630. And that's what quick reactions is all about. Good trades. Now I notice my E100, the one that is holding the mid side, is getting flanked by the other E100. So what I'm gonna do is try to fall back a little bit and try to protect my E100, put a shell in the lower plate of the E100, dealing 600 damage to him. I'm gonna put my adrenaline on because I noticed that that guy is getting mad, and I just bounce 400 damage from the T-57 Heavy and bounce another 460 damage from the mouse. And right now all I have to do is just wait for the E100 to do a mistake and fire. And come on, RNG, that was directly a shot to the side of the E100. How did that even bounce? But if the first one did bounce, the second one won't. I'm gonna put a shell into the side of the E100, dealing 600 damage to him and falling back and bouncing another shell from the mouse, and just like that, bouncing 1,300 damage in a Grille. When did the Grille had armor? And bounce another shell from the mouse, making it 1,700 damage blocked by a Grille. This might be a world record for the damage blocked for a Grille. And just like that, the tank that doesn't have armor right now do have armor. And there it is, our last target, an object 704, put in another shell in their side, dealing 5081 damage with a Kraken victory for the Grille. But sadly, even with 5k damage and 1700 damage blocked, only one class and no mastery, sadly. With decent amount of profit, 71k credits for a tank that is not even premium, and of course, top of the tree, top of the damage. This was Freak vibing with you. I hope you enjoyed this Grille video, and I'll see you in another one.